This episode is brought to you by Emirates, the official partner of Women's Rugby World Cup 2025. Emirates, an avid supporter of women's rugby, is also a sponsor of the World Rugby Match Officials. Fly better with Emirates.
Welcome back to Rugby Rodeo. For those of you watching online, you can tell that Swordsy and I are not alone this week. We are joined by our very own Rugby Rodeo OG hosts, 2025 Women's World Cup winning girls, Jess and Ellie.
Finally. It's been a long weekend, guys.
Big old intro.
They are.
Welcome back. So good to have you.
And I guess, despite, no offense, Bodes, Canada not winning, we've got a lot to talk about.
Bless.
Yeah, it's okay. We've got a lot to talk about after this weekend.
Yeah.
Girls have made history. So Ellie and Jess, welcome back.
Thank you for having us. And I just want to say for everyone listening, this is Ellie speaking
Full
right now.
disclosure.
Yeah, full disclosure. I am losing my voice, but this is me.
But husky is quite
It
sexy.
is quite sexy.
And that's the only thing that's going for us at the
Yeah,
moment.
quite
Voices.
literally.
Just make sure you watch this podcast whilst you're driving. So basically don't watch this podcast because none of us look that bright.
No, please don't watch it. Just really do the audio. I might
do
actually
feel
say the
better
cameras are broken.
that I'm joined with a raspy voiced sister. Because mine had sounded about that bad from the quarterfinals on. I'm getting mine back. Yours sounds like it's
It's still
on
going.
its way out.
Jess and Ellie, you've both had some early starts to your day. Ellie, you were on,
And, Good Morning Britain this morning.
what time was the taxi?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want that. Yeah, but no, it was good. Tell you what, it was very cool to see like the setup of the whole room. I couldn't speak. I had so many good answers. And every
Ellie
time I
was
spoke-
muted.
Yeah, every time I spoke, they just looked at me like nodding their heads. Yeah. So, ruined by the voice again, but yeah, I just really even more doing another few podcasts here.
Yeah. And Jess, you were on Lorraine yesterday.
Yeah, I had a 6:30 taxi after getting in at 4:30. So
Must
yeah,
be a record for you.
I know.
Oh, party animal.
I know. Wild child over it.
Yeah.
But it was actually good. I agree with Elle. Like the setup, like there's so many people there, and I think when you watch it on telly, you don't realise it. I guess it's a bit like, I don't know if you watch EastEnders or something, like the houses aren't actually real. Do you know what I
You
mean?
an EastEnders fan?
No, I'm just using it as an
I
example.
was gonna say
Just using it as an
Jess.
example. I was going to say Hollyoaks, but I thought I should go for EastEnders.
Cheap and nasty. Lovely.
So that is weird, but she was lovely. She was really, really nice. Gave me a cuddle, and I really needed that at 7. Yeah, and then she was scooting around in her little slippers.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Stay humble.
stay
Lorraine.
humble. Yeah.
And after parties, everyone wants to know about that.
Yeah.
What's been the timeline of events?
Well, obviously straight after the game we had like friends and family gig inside. You might have to help me out if
Yeah.
my voice goes.
The entrance was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like,
What was the entrance?
It just the doors just opened and everyone was like applauding us in. But just before, so really weird. And I was saying to someone the other day, we're just a group of girls. Like we keep on having moments. I'm like, God, we're just a group of girls. So we just won the World Cup. We're walking to the FNF, the Friends and Family event. And then we stop, all get in a circle and start singing Jar of Hearts in Twickenham. It was so weird.
The security was filming us. And he got his camera up, bless him, on landscape, and he was like,
Singing our hearts out to that. And then, yeah, we went in, partied with our friends and family. And, yeah, it was good to have a bit of a boogie with them.
Yeah, it was really nice, actually. It was nice that, like, we were in an area where, like, you knew, not that you were safe, that's weird, but, like, friends and family were there. The music was really good. The bar tab was even nicer.
Yeah.
And it was just, yeah, good vibes. Sang songs, like there was food. Food was creasing me. So the friends and family couldn't get food and it was jokes.
really?
Yeah, it was
so we all had
jokes.
wristbands. So then I had loads of friends, like 10 people there.
It was 8 max, just that you
Yeah,
know.
I know. It snuck them in. But, oh, we're starving. Can you get us something? So I went over, the lady said, sorry, it's only for players if you've got a wristband. So I got one plate and said, oh, this. And then I was like, well, I've still got a wristband, so I ended up getting 10 plates of food on my one wristband and was just giving them out to people.
You're like, I played a lot of minutes today.
This guy, I don't know whose family he was part of, but he went over, grabbed this burger bun, and the woman went, "Oh, it's only for friends and family." He went, "Well, I've touched it now."
I think it was probably one of my friends and family.
licks it.
Yeah, he touched it. And he was like, "I've touched it now. Can I have some chips in there?"
Yeah, I think it was one of mine. I think it was one of mine. Anyway, so we did that, and then we went over to the Cabbage Patch. Loads of people in there, actually.
Yeah.
There was loads of people in there, and that got a little bit loose.
What music wasn't as good, personally.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a mixed bag.
What were they playing?
I actually couldn't tell you. Like, that's...
No, neither.
I couldn't tell you what songs were.
Unmemorable. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't
Music.
remember much. People stayed there till stupid o'clock. I think the last person got in at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, but I think they went back to the Lensbury and then had a bit of a lock-in, and then, 6 a.m. And then yesterday, not yesterday, what day?
Yesterday.
Yeah, Sunday, we went to Battersea and saw all the lovely fans, and that was really fun on the stage.
It was raining though.
It was raining. The weather could have held out for us, but loads of people came. So
Yeah,
applaud yourselves actually at home if you're listening and you came and you braved the weather, because it was wet rain.
Yeah.
It wasn't rain, it was wet rain. So that was really fun. And then we went out clubbing
We did, and that was fun.
on a Sunday.
That was really fun. We went
crazies.
Crazies.
Yeah, we went into Central, and we just had like, it was almost like private by the time we were there.
Yeah.
But music was so good.
So good. Well, yeah. I was two-stepping away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
I was
liked it.
two-stepping away. And then yesterday, some of us went to see Lady Gaga.
So jealous.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So jealous.
It's quite random, I would say.
It's an O2 event. It
Yeah,
could have been
O2.
like
Yeah.
Bruce
Yeah.
Springsteen. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're kind
I
of
know,
lucky that it was.
They
You
were
can't ask for a
"And we
better
went to Lady
performer."
Gaga. I was like, oh, fun. I thought, we don't even sing any of the Lady Gaga songs.
Sorry,
so-
Ellie didn't go. as you
Yeah, I
can't
didn't.
tell.
I didn't go.
got
I was
on
gonna.
the way,
but
yeah.
Next time, give me your ticket.
But that was fun, and now we're here.
Yay! No place I'd rather be.
How was your weekend, guys?
Yeah, it was good. You know, she was a little bit
Sounds
more
it.
tearful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Busy woman.
Yeah,
Sad
yeah.
woman.
well, below the shoulder
Yeah.
had its event, and it was pretty good. It was pretty ramo, and we had the likes of Alona and co turn up, which the crowd went crazy for then. And then I think they went over to your event as well, and then it was just too early to finish, wasn't it? It was a 12 a.m. finish. You're like, people just starting to.
Or do you think the council
going.
need to be a bit more laxed on that?
I
Do
know
you
it's a
what I
World
mean?
Cup
It's a World
final,
Cup
and you're in
final.
Twickenham. Like people have travelled from literally across the world to get
Yeah.
to that final. So people are listening out. Just make it a bit more of a late license
Only
for
for the
everybody to
women's
enjoy.
game, though.
Yeah, just for the women's
Yeah,
game.
just
We
the
understand the
women's
men's bit rowdy,
Yeah.
but
Bit rowdy.
and obviously got to watch you girls lift a trophy.
Boda, are you
Boda.
okay?
I'm okay. No, the girls had a great tournament, and you guys were the better team on the day. You guys were amazing. So I think they'll probably be like sad with how they came out. I don't think it was their best game, but you guys were firing on all cylinders, and I'm excited to ask you about your try where you skated through a good majority of our
whole
team,
team.
because I was like, she's gonna make the tackle. Nope. Okay, she will. Gally. Okay, guess no one's making it, but no, such a good game of rugby. Like, I was up in the nosebleeds with my family, but even then, like, such a great spectacle. Like, to see Twickenham filled like that was like incredible. And I was seeing so many cool posts on social media before the game when you guys did your walk-in, and that like south like
That was
spiral
cool.
staircase
Yeah.
was filled.
So
I'm like, that's
cool.
insane. Like, just we've been saying how good the content has been
Yeah.
leading into the World
I
Cup.
was saying it the other day.
Yeah.
Like, whoever's been doing it stepped it up. A little.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
tear-jerking stuff.
Yeah,
There's one
yeah.
of a dad and his daughter just
Yeah.
like looking into each other's eyes, just like having so much fun, just like watching you guys do your thing. And oh man, it's just been incredible to see the world just get so excited.
They've captured it for like, exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I think they've done it in a different way to how it's ever been done before. And I was really inspired watching them, and I was actually searching for more videos because as players, that's what you kind of miss.
Yeah.
You appreciate when you see it. So it was really good to see.
Was there a different vibe going into the final as compared to the semi-final? Was there like, obviously Canada had like blitzed the Black Ferns, and for your game it was like a little closer in terms of the France-England game.
Yeah.
I was really nervous for the France game personally. And I think it's part of it was we'd just seen what the Canadians had done to the Black Ferns, and I just didn't want to be in that position. And we know that France are a really good opposition to play against, and yeah, we've beaten them like a lot of times, but you never know what's going to come out with them. So there was that pressure of everyone wants to make a final. You don't want to get knocked out in the one just before.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a semi-final, but generally it didn't feel like a final week. It was very weird. It felt like, even now, it feels like we've just YOLO'd the past few days, and we've got actually a final coming up this weekend. But yeah, this week I wasn't nervous at all, and even in comparison to the last World Cup final, it's a completely different vibe. And the only way I've been able to understand that is the last World Cup, obviously, after the Lionesses won the Euros, I truly believe that this is going to be the moment that will change it for everybody. It will change it for the spectators. We'll start selling out stadiums. So I guess it was that added pressure that we're not just doing it for us and for the girls that are here, it's for everyone. Whereas coming into this final, I realised, like, we've already done that bit. Like, people are already turning up. We've sold out every stadium that we've played at. So there was no added pressure of, if we win this, it's going to change it, because it already changed. So it was like, we're going to win this because we want to win it and we deserve to win it. Just for our girls here, because we've done all the other things already, whether we win or we don't. So that pressure was off. So it was just about enjoying it, and we did enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I was more nervous for the France game. Strange. I don't know why. I think maybe, and it's nothing against Canada either, like literally nothing against them. I just think that we play them more often. They know us, we know them probably a bit more than the Canadian team. Not that obviously there's a lot in the PWR, but they're really physical, and I just thought we hadn't played probably the best rugby that we'd played, and I thought, maybe is this our time where actually our momentum stops? Our, like, not luck, but like it just stops. And I am a bit different to her. Like, I was nervous, but I think I was only nervous because of the amount of people that were going to be there. Like, I think it was crazy. Like, when we walked out the tunnel before kickoff, I was literally like, I like couldn't close my mouth. I was like, what is going on? And like, I think it's all really strange as well, because we were on the different side. We were in the away changing room. Not that like affected anything, but I agree. Like, it definitely did feel like a World Cup, but I also feel like I'm like, oh, like, it's a strange feeling.
We've been in camp for so long now, so it's like you're in that routine of, oh, we've probably got training tomorrow, we're going to be playing the game in the weekend again.
I keep looking at my Teamworks.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like my app for being in camp, and I'm like, oh, what's it? Oh, nothing. Yeah, I'm my own person now.
Yeah, and like the World Cup, like we've been talking about it for however many years now, looking forward to this moment. So you don't want it to end.
No,
so the natural response to protect your emotion around that is to believe that it's not the end of it.
Yeah. Well, club starts soon anyway, so
you girls are literally straight back to it.
That's so interesting to hear your kind of different mindsets going into it. And I guess people might be curious to know, like, do you guys have anybody come into camps to, give you some kind of reflections on their past experience, like some alumni, some like mental performance people, like who kind of comes in and sets a scene or, helps you guys prep?
We've had alumni come in like throughout like the whole campaign really, but like not in the latter stages, or they came in I think before it happened, like in our pre-season stuff, which was really good. And we have a psych on site with us all the time. But yeah, nothing in particular about the ending, which I guess is a bit interesting, isn't it? Because like you do get camp blues. You do get like I get the fear of like not missing out, but like you're not with someone 24/7. So like I think that is very strange as well. And there's not someone that you can just knock, like, you know, I can't just knock on my neighbour's door and be like, oh, do you just want to chill? Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, like
I have a full-time job, Jess.
Yeah, it's so strange. So I think that is like maybe something to like look into, because it definitely happens, and I think it probably doesn't just happen in rugby. I think it happens a lot, like after the Olympics, like big events.
A lot of people say
you get yourself up, and like you're on this like such adrenaline. Like if you can't hear, like I've probably got a cold, like I'm probably gonna actually be so ill in the next couple of days. But because your body is like fighting off everything to be like at its top best, and then suddenly you just come crashing down, and you're like, well, what's next? And your body's like, no, you need to just slow down.
That's the thing that I think people now we need to be careful of is people will want to make themselves busy.
Yeah.
because you want to feel that, like, you don't want the camp blues to start, so you'll just keep on booking things.
Yeah.
But it's always, like, inevitable that you're going to end up feeling a certain way because it's over.
Yeah.
Like, we say, like, going back to club, part of me is like, God, I want some time off, but then I'm like, oh no, but I do want to play some more rugby now, even though we've only been off for a few days.
Yeah, what's the saying? Be happy it happened.
It's like, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened.
Thank you.
There we go.
There we go.
She's full of the
Yeah.
cliches, aren't you both?
I really am.
Yeah,
They're
you're good at them.
bad.
I do want to ask you both, like, Canada obviously came out and they scored first.
Mhm.
And we'd known that throughout the whole week that's where they
Probably
score.
going to happen, yeah.
Like, a lot of their points is the first, like, 20 minutes. Is that something that, like, you think they really, like, focus on? Or, like, do you think that they, like, try to catch teams, like, do you know what I mean, in that, like, limbo of they haven't quite got into it, we're going to get into it really quickly?
Yeah, I think, like, I can't say enough good things about our head coach, Kevin Rouet. I think he's done an amazing job with our program over the last few years. And I think that's always been his mentality of, like, go out with bravery. Don't, like, feel your way into a game. Like, this team is 32, 31, wins on the bounce. Like, you have to show up brave and throw the kitchen sink at them. And I think it was amazing to see our little star, Asia Hogan-Rochester, score, because she's been absolutely incredible this whole tournament. And I think she had that exact mentality going in. Like, she's more of a sevens player. She's come in recently to the 15 side, but I think he's really promoted that brand of rugby of, don't feel your way into any situation. Just, like, throw everything you have at a team. And I think we're touted as a pretty fit team, so we can come out that fast and usually end that quick as well. So, it wasn't surprising to see they were firing on all cylinders right from the get-go. But, exciting for her. She's been great all tournament, and I just wish they could have backed it up with a few more, but you guys were the better side, and that's how she goes.
Yeah, I guess it's, like, tough. I think I remember going under the posts and we all just looked at each other, like, I guess from the different side of the camp, and we were all like, yeah, we got this. Like, it and not, like, in a cocky way, but, like, more as, like, okay, like, yeah, that they've come at us, and we were like, okay, now let's go and get into our game plan and, like, get into what we're here to do. And then you scored next, Elle, didn't you?
Yeah. It was a few minutes. I think it was a quick response, but it's one of those ones that, like Jess said, it didn't rock our confidence. We didn't get shot by it because we knew exactly what was coming and, like, kind of expected it to happen a little bit. We didn't start the way we wanted to start either. So,
Do we ever?
Yeah, I know. It's weird because we focus on the first 20 minutes. We always talk about the first 20 minutes, but yeah, I know, like, coming against a team that is very, very good at it. I think in those moments you just got to stay calm. You haven't lost the game in the first 20 minutes.
First 20. That's what people were writing it off, and I was like, God, have you not seen England's stats after half time?
Yeah,
like, that's where you guys, like, can't say in the first 10 minutes, oh, you're done.
Yeah, no, exactly.
So your try was about 2 minutes after Asia's, but we had a penalty advantage, and I remember because it was on my side, I was screaming at Mo, and I was like, go right, and then she just passed you the ball. Did you realise that we had penalty advantage?
No, I had no idea. No idea that there was an advantage, to be fair. And outside me, you were screaming for the ball. I saw you were screaming for the ball, and I think, if I'm honest, that's what pulled the defence over. Obviously didn't give it to her, didn't pass the ball, shock. And at that point,
self-aware.
I'm self-aware, yeah. At that
Doesn't
point,
make it better that you're self-aware.
No,
Sorry, just clarity, yeah.
And I know if I didn't score it, then I'd probably have a couple of unhappy people. So yeah, at that moment I kind of thought, I'm gonna have to score now because I've really not given it. I was kind of shocked to get around the first person. And then, once I came through, it is the ickiest step I have ever done in my life. Like, I had no idea where I wanted to go. But, it's just instinct.
Neither did they either.
No, neither did they. It's just instinct. There's no real skill in it, and just trying to avoid people and to be able to put the team back on the front foot was really good.
You avoided us as well after you scored.
Yeah, and I couldn't slow down.
Oh,
I
so
couldn't slow down,
annoying.
sorry,
I
yeah.
was so happy
I
as well,
know.
and I'd like come right from my edge
I know.
over, and you just carried on running the opposite direction, and I was like, "Are you right,
I
bruv?"
was trying to slow down. I was like, well,
But
I'm
no
so
one else
good.
was there. I was like, I'm the only one here.
It was a really good photo though. It
Yeah,
was a
it
really
is.
good photo.
It's
a
a
good photo.
literally like
goodness.
the same photo of when me and Elle played in 2017 in our first autumn's
It would
internationals
have been against Canada. as
against
well.
Canada. Sorry, yeah.
Do we need to go there?
And it literally is exactly the same photo.
Wow, I need to see the
Well,
side
that
by
is
side.
cute.
That's
Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah.
So it was
Jess
going to
is-
be our post, but
Yeah,
so Rob,
Jess
don't
always
take
comes
it.
and
Thanks.
like jumps on me, and I've been thinking since, what happens if I wanted to jump on you? We just like,
Collide.
just like,
I do feel like I give people the eyes that I'm going.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
you're
I'm
running
going.
from so far away. I'm like, me or you, me, but I don't
You
think,
are a bit shimmy. You're a bit
I
like,
know. I don't really think I'm a jumper.
no, you're not jumping. I think if you jumped on me, I'd be like,
I know. My legs would still be on the floor.
little spider legs.
Anyway, that was my try.
The end.
So in the game, obviously, we got a free kick. Normally, we would go for a scrum because we're dominating in that area. But obviously, discussions were had, and a spiral bomb was in the order of getting us up in the air and competing. Is anyone else on the sofa can do a spiral bomb, or is it just Ellie?
I actually can. And
Can you?
Yeah, I actually can. Do it at training.
Fine.
yeah,
in
and you need to
bed.
record it and send
yeah,
it in.
fine.
Fun.
I actually taught, well, Julia's going to be like, no, but Julia Showlow, when we were at Ealing, I was like, no, you're doing it all wrong. Stop like lifting it. You got to push it onto the boot. You got to connect, and we were just. So
She had
yes,
a couple
Ellie,
good
It was
kicks
a
this
perfect
tournament. I was
try.
like,
there's something I can do. I can do that.
you can do lots. You can do lots.
Haven't done many in a game, must say. And if you can do it in World Cup final, you might.
No,
as well.
but that was she practiced
fair.
all the
All the
time,
time,
all the
that's
No, I
time.
know she does it. That's all she does at skills.
Yeah.
So we come in for our little. This is at club. Come in and where's Ellie? Just like in the corner, just like
Spiral bomb.
So I do it in England as well.
someone
Yeah.
catch these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally all I do. But
Were
yeah,
you
it's the only
gassed?
time
Were
I've
you
been-
gassed?
I was gassed. Honestly, I didn't even know it was in the pecking order. To be fair, I was ready in the backfield for Zoe to kick it, for us to do whatever, and she just looked at me. She gave me this. I was like, no.
It's my time to
No.
shine.
Did you
Systems
know
go.
that she wanted a spiral bomb? Did you know the head
She
tilt
said it.
was? Oh right.
She said it. So I'll tell you a bit of insight. So Charlie Hayter, what's his job?
Performance,
He's up there. Anyway, I had a conversation with him. He's a big boss. I had a conversation.
cheers.
Really loves
He
this
pays the
podcast.
bills, so watch
Yeah.
what you say. Yeah, he really does love the podcast.
Yeah,
we
he
should
loves the
actually give
podcast.
He's a
him
big boss.
give him a shout out. Hey, you know you're listening.
But anyway, he said to me a few games ago, because I joked around saying, I'm going to do a spiral bomb. And he was like, don't do a spiral bomb. Like, it's 50-50 where it's going to go. And I was so smug after thinking, oh, he's going to love that. He's going to hate it, but he's going to
He's
love
probably
it.
going to hate it,
Yeah.
but that's what makes
But yeah,
It happened.
I know. So Zoe gave me the head nod, said, right, we're spiral bombing. I was all right, okay, now, where do you want it? And she was like, anywhere but the 22. I was like, okay, this could go anywhere right now, but let's just kick and hope. And as soon as I kicked it, I just stood there. It's like, wow, it's the best
Admiration,
one I've
baby.
ever done in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
The best one I've ever done. And obviously, they're very hard to catch anyway. And it was a bit icky, Canada trying to catch it, I do have to say.
I'm trying to remember what happened. Can
It was
anybody
like a
remind me?
scramble. It was-
It was a bit
It was Sophie.
Did somebody catch it on the full,
No,
please?
Sophie
No,
did
no,
it.
no.
No.
Do you want to see actually?
Oh.
I love Soph, as in
You
like we
guys
can
are
get onto her as
mean.
well because obviously
Oh, yeah,
she
you
did
played.
win player of the World Player of the Year. But and this happens at training as well because obviously being a Sarries girly, when she does drop the ball, we all do scream, "She is human!" So when she dropped
Oh,
the
she
ball,
did a little jump.
Yeah.
God love you, Soph.
yeah.
That
When
did work
she
out well
when
for
she
you.
did that in the game, I did think, oh, she is human.
Yeah, she is.
Should have yelled it and see
Yeah.
what happened.
No, I wasn't on the pitch at that point. Hannah's yellow card really got me.
Yeah, thanks.
Innit? Thanks, Anna. Didn't even buy me a
True,
drink
took the
last
hit.
night. Anyway, enough about me and Elle.
Yeah,
I mean,
bored of
boring about me now. How did you feel watching it? Like crowd experience, like the whole day. What, like, because obviously for us it was like mental, like so crazy. But was it the same for you guys?
I guess we had different experiences because you were manning the business.
Yeah.
I was
back
folding
home.
t-shirts on iPlayer, but we're I gave mum and dad my tickets. They've supported
You're
a
an
lot of the
angel.
women's games. So. But you were there,
Yeah.
up in the
Like I
rafters.
said, like nosebleeds. I was treated the last few games to the Canadians tickets, so I was a lot closer, and I was like in and around all the flags and the Maple Leafs and people just going crazy and a lot closer to the field. But this game, I was away up higher with my family. But I think just how great the energy was even up there just speaks to, like you were saying, Ellie, like how amazing this tournament was. Like people were singing both anthems. People were cheering for anything that happened.
Sorry to interrupt you, actually. The Canadian anthem backing song was way too loud.
So like, what do you mean? Like
As like I wanted to hear you guys sing. There was enough of you in the crowd.
and miss the sound.
Yeah, but the backing sound was way too loud.
I was screaming from somewhere
No,
up there, so
they
it heard me.
I could hear the where the not subs, the girls that went in the 23.
TRs, yeah.
I could hear them really loud. I was
Let's go,
listening.
girls.
But it was loud. The backing song was loud. I was thinking, turn that down.
I agree. Like we take a lot of pride in that anthem, and we have it start in English, goes to French. So
Yeah.
whenever you're out there and you're surrounded by some Frenchies, you're making sure that you try
Do
your
justice.
best to say the words. And we've been taught so many times, but it still doesn't roll off the tongue as nicely as our Quebecois girls.
How do you say un croissant?
But no, it was such an amazing game to be at. It was so exciting, and yeah, like I said, to see Twickenham that full and little kids with their dads and moms, just such a electric atmosphere.
I think the thing that stood out to me is I said it on the pod to when Zoe was on the other week, Zoe Harrison, and like my viewpoint on momentum, making history, and so on. Oh, you touched on it earlier. You saw the streets of Twickenham, like rammed, okay, and the energy was such a good buzz, and said there was different events, there was different places that people were going to watch the game or party afterwards and so on. And it's actually what you said about being the girls that are in it right now, and I think that was just the biggest, like, I guess eye opener was the girls that are actually on pitch doing this, creating this moment. So much is done around the next generation and so on and so forth. And I think it was actually a pivotal point for the girls that have been working for the last, let's say 10 years. There's girls that have definitely been in that squad for 10 plus years. And it was like, there's different pockets of what this game and what you girls have now set, both from Canada, from South Africa, from Fiji, from all of these different nations that have created an event now, that you can have watch parties and you can have DJs want to work at different events, and it's all coming from that moment on pitch.
Yeah.
The spiral bombs, you know, like watching the likes of South Africa put points past the Black Ferns and so on. Like, it's just created this whole other movement. And you're right, it's the moment now that this is spreading far further than your mums and dads that used to come and watch on the sidelines.
Yeah.
It's becoming like an international success, and rightly so. And like I said, it's spreading into the Lionesses kind of like vibe.
Well, they were there.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You've got
that's
different.
so special.
It's so special
Yeah.
that, yes, we talk about girls supporting girls. It's like, no, it's like people now. It's the whole world is
Yeah.
supporting this movement. And I guess that's what I saw. It's
Yeah.
like businesses are being made from it, this, that, and the other. And that's what I saw was special from the
I
day.
also honestly believe that the Lionesses and other, you know, women's sports teams of like foundations wanted us to win. Like, do you know what I mean? You know, when it's like, we want our moment. No, like, this year is for women's sport. Like, it's not about the Lioness, it's not about us, it's not about the cricket. Like, it's for women's sport. And like, I would feel like the BBC should just do team of the year would be women's sport. Like, it shouldn't be, because I think you can't pick, you know, like Arsenal won the Champions League, like women, obviously the Lionesses, they went back to back. We won the World Cup. The cricket has done really well. Like, there's so many individual teams that I just don't think you could pick one. And I think the movement is what you need to pick, as women's sport.
Yeah.
The movement that like people are off their bums coming into stadiums. Like, at the weekend there was like 35,000 people at Emirates, like, and we had 82,000 people at, like, do you know what I mean? So together,
Yeah,
like that,
on the
that
same
amount of
day.
people at the same day is like crazy, supporting women's sport. And like, I just think it's mental. And like, Lucy Bronze was then at Battersea the next day, and and with Dame Kelly Holmes, I'm pretty sure, was there. And I just think it's just incredible that people want to get behind it and want to support it and be on the journey with us, because journey's not ending.
Yeah, you know what's really weird? You guys have said it a couple of times now, and it's just reminded me. So, like, a couple of years ago, there was, I can't remember who it was, but this lady on a stage, I went to an event, and she said that she believes in making, so it's like, don't make a moment, make a movement. And I remember when she said it, I wrote it down in my notes straight away because I loved it. I was like, we've got all these moments that are coming up. They're going to be massive, but you don't want it to just be a moment and then it dies off. You need to make a movement with it. And the fact that I know that that's been said, but you guys have just mentioned movement like, a couple of times. We've done that. And we need to keep it going. Like, we've got the cricket still coming up with the women. And the BBC, I think, you know, you said, like, is the people on the pitch. We're performing on that day, but I think everyone has outdone themselves in this World Cup, whether it's journalists, we were just talking about the social media before, the fans, all the brands that have come along. That's what's made this movement, and it should keep on carrying on.
That's a great quote. I think that's awesome. Because you're right, it can be like a moment in time that's left and been like, oh, that was so great that one time, but it's like, no, we want this to be the standard that we set and move forward with every year, because I think, like I said, maybe it was like the quarterfinals, I think they had already reached, no, it was the opening game, Sunderland had more people at it than the final at Eden Park at the previous World Cup.
Yeah.
And just to start a tournament like that, you're like, this is going to be insane.
Yeah.
Like, we knew it was going to be so big, and just start it like that. Like, I talked to a couple American girls, and then we talked to Zoe, and that was her favorite moment before going into the final. She's like, walking out at Sunderland was like,
It was
all
crazy.
these people are here for us, like
was
backing us. I think my twin Katie too keeps saying, like, she's like, I love seeing like little boys at games, like little boys wanting an Ellie jersey, a Jess jersey. Like, that's so cool to see that they're like, yeah, we can watch men, whatever. Let's watch the women do their own thing. Such an exciting way to play the game, and yeah, you guys are just inspiring.
I think
beyond.
the stadiums have been phenomenal. Like, Arch is an avid football fan, and like, he has been so gassed that we've played at so many football stadiums.
Like, we should do that going forward.
But generally, like, he was like, I cannot believe you've now played in, he was like 5 Premier League stadiums.
Yeah, it's
and like, when I got my 50th and he came onto the pitch at Brighton, he was honestly, he was like blown away. I was like, you can come on the grass. He was like, really? And I was like,
Can I take some?
yeah. I was like, get on the grass. He was like, I can't believe like Ben White, like Saka's playing here. I thought, all right,
I'd be like,
can you
shut up,
calm
it's about
down?
me.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
it's my 50th and it's about rugby.
That's
But like, even those moments that like, I know we're trying to talk about rugby, but like, it's special for other people that are bigger sports fans, that like, they can then come to the stadiums that they've loved, but actually see a different sport. And I just think, like, I obviously loved Brighton, but I just think they did it phenomenally well. Like, Bristol was like amazing. I just think
it was
like
good.
the stadiums and the councils, because obviously it's a lot for a council to put on like a rugby event, and I just think like we have to applaud them as well, because they've put in so much work to make the events within their cities so big. And like, I remember we were walking around Brighton and people going, like, we want to come, is there a spare ticket? And I think it like, it's such a shame that it was only 2 games at Brighton, because I do think it could have been like bigger, but like, obviously you share a stadium with a football team, like, they obviously take priority. But I just think that also as a like movement, that we don't have to play at Twickenham, we don't also have to play at Doncaster, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we are now can play in stadiums that can fill, you know, 40,000 fans.
There was fans that we heard that were like, oh, why are they not doing one at the Stoop? I was like, have you not seen the ticket sales?
Yeah.
Like, the Stoop only house so many.
Yeah.
But the beauty is, going on from that, and we're talking about a movement, is how much better will the Stoop be on home day? How much will StoneX be on a home game now? Because you've created far more fans within London and the North and so on. And hopefully, you know, if we go to Sail Away, which we can all say is pretty, so at times a pretty bleak. Place to go, because it's, you know, it's a very humble ground. You know, we'd go to the AJ Bell now because those home games warrant that, because of what has been created from this.
Yeah, there was this girl on TikTok. I also just reply to people, and then they like get excited.
They want to talk?
They get excited, and I'm like, oh, like, I actually just really liked the video. But anyway, there's this girl, and I liked her video previously, and she was then did another one to be like, Jess, Breach likes what we're doing. And it's sweet, yeah. And then she did one recently, literally like last night, and she was like, I came to the Rugby World Cup, it was my first time watching rugby. I now want to support a club. and she was like saying that she should probably support Saris because of me liking her TikToks and stuff. And I commented on that video basically being like, I'll give you a free ticket for the first home game at the StoneX. But like even that's one person extra coming to like just Saris. And I just think that's incredible that we've, like you say, created that now people will come to club games, and hopefully we will see, even if it's 100 people more, like it doesn't matter, the more the merrier, and the more people actually just want to see the superstars like Asia, you know, on the regular at clubs.
I was going to say Saracens recently.
Yeah, we're doing big on socials.
Their social media is
So like
amazing.
London, you guys get your nails done at. Like,
You're welcome, girls.
And I just think
Flo
now,
Williams all over that.
Yeah, no, Flo Williams, huge shout out, because that was a
Awesome.
fantastic bit of content. But I think it's now times for the clubs to step up.
Yeah.
Because you have got these girls, and not all are internationals, and there are obviously a lot of international, but not everyone is. You need to start making the superstars now, because if somebody's reaching out to Jess and saying, who should I support now? It's like, make the girls that are now in your club, in the PWR, the best league in the world, make them, you know, a name.
Yeah.
We've got household names within the international. How can we now build that within the club? Because that is only going to make the whole product of the game so much bigger now.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's go back to the fun side of the aftermath of the game. Ellie has a tattoo gun.
So that's where you were going
Yeah.
with that, I presume.
Have you been
And
trained, or is this
no,
a
has not
fun
been
little
trained.
hobby?
And it happened quite a while ago, the first tattoos. It was Sophie Bridger actually got her cap number tattooed by yours truly, didn't she? But it has now gone a bit viral that you've given John Mitchell his first tattoo.
Oh, it's first.
Yeah, his first
Wow,
ever
it's not
tattoo.
messing about, is
Yeah.
What an honour.
Yeah, no, I have not been trained. I did get it off of Amazon for about £30. Yeah, no, I
Did
got
you tell
it.
him that?
No, I didn't tell him that.
And it's
I
got,
didn't,
like,
I didn't tell his
keys.
wife either.
It's
to
got
be
like tape round it as well. And
Yeah.
like when Ellie's doing it, she's like shaking.
yeah, no, I got it when we were in camp because I was
Bored.
bored. Yeah.
Fair.
And jokingly said to Mitch months and months ago, if we win, can I tattoo you? And I think jokingly he said yeah. So obviously in the weekend I just went over to the bar and I said, it's your time. And bless him, he stood up and walked out the bar and gave me his credit card. I don't know. Because I didn't want to do that in front of everybody. I was like, no, I don't want your card.
But cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
But
I will
cheers,
take
What was he giving you
Ooh,
card
yeah.
for?
He thought we were needing like drinks or
yeah.
something.
Right, yeah.
Should have taken that anyways, and then
I
be
know.
like, okay, sit down.
But yeah, he came in and I'd actually done Lou Meadows. I did Moz.
Connor.
And Connor. Yeah.
RSNC.
But Mitch was the last one. I had one needle left. I do change the needles, but it's so funny. I mean,
Lovely.
it's so the whole setup is so funny because obviously I do know you need to make the area clean, so I get some hand sanitizer and rub it on the area, and then I get a tub of Vaseline because obviously we got the physios, so I can use bits. So put their gloves on, put Vaseline on the area, and then I just get to work. So first of all,
Do you sketch it out, or do you just go
no
in
freehand.
there? Okay.
Freehand. So the first.
Very good at
initial-
numbers. You are very good at numbers.
That's my thing. But he wanted 2025, and as I go to start doing it, he said to me, "Oh, well, what's that on your wrist?" So if you can't see, he just looks like a equal sign. Told Mitch, "Oh yeah, that means equality," and he said, "Oh well, can I have that then? Because it's like equality in 2025." And I was like, "Yeah, fine." So yeah, he's now got his first tattoo done by me.
It is at a bit of a slant.
It is a little bit. I just
But
said
it's
just tilt
creative
your-
license.
But that's
to-
like a, you know,
to your
it's a
head.
personal
So
touch.
yeah, tilt your arm and then it's straight.
And he has got it on his wrist that he wears his watch.
Yeah.
So I feel like in a month or two's time when he sees it, he thinks, now why did I get that? He'll
What's
just put his
funny
watch
though
on.
is he was kind of like walking around the hotel a little bit like this, waiting for people to ask him.
Because he's got Vass and the cling film on it.
Yeah,
So it like
Walking around
doesn't-
the
like,
corner
"Oh,
with
this-
wrist
yes.
first.
yeah. And I also knew the media would love it. It was like this is like,
How true, I did see
Yeah,
it
it's
on
outrageous.
Instagram, yeah.
It is outrageous.
That's why you do your stuff anyway, isn't it?
Yeah,
For the
yeah.
media?
Viral.
Yeah, viral.
Marketing.
It's all premeditated.
moments, yeah.
Marketing. We were trying to make a movement here, so
Yeah.
So Jessie,
I hate that.
nominated.
Yeah, I hate that.
Let's bring
What
you
is your
back down
preferred
to.
nickname?
Let's bring you back down.
No, I like Jess.
You like Jess?
But
Just
I
Jessie.
hate
We'll
Jess.
Do you
bring
have
her
any
back down
nicknames?
to.
Some people call me JB.
I like that.
They
It's
do.
like Justin Bieber.
I haven't
Yeah.
had that in a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jess is fine.
Just Express.
Jess Express.
That is the
that is up
nickname.
there. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
George's
it's a good one.
favourite.
Yeah, that is George's
Yeah.
favourite. Emma's boyfriend loves that. And whenever I post a picture, he just literally comments the train emoji.
Yeah.
And
Great
he goes,
chat, George. There you are. Great chat, yeah.
Get on board.
Okay, so the Jess Express was nominated for Women's 15s Try of the Year. That's
Yay. Well done, now.
with a little help from their friend.
Yeah. It was proper cowboy behaviour,
It
really.
was,
Yeah. It was. And should I tell you what, actually, I am going to say something to all the people in the comments going, you should get an award for try assist. Sorry, comment when I try assist Ellie then, saying that.
No,
both
it's
ways.
true. It's true.
Because, sorry, I know she gave me a try assist and it was outstanding little touch off her knee. I appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? But get commenting when I assist her then.
No, it's true.
Sorry.
I owed you it at that point.
Sorry, yeah.
I owed
Sorry,
you
that
it.
was my
I owed you
bugbear.
it.
Sorry, I
No,
needed
it's
to
fine.
get that out.
No, I agree. But I owed you that because you have done plenty
It's for
of try assists.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Thank you.
I did owe you. I did give you 2 actually.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did give you 2, but I'll give you that one.
But yeah, it was. I think it was a bit of like a team effort. I can't remember who hit the person to knock the ball on, but anyway, it would have been a.
Probably one of the
Forward.
forwards.
And then the ball just kind of came at my feet, and I just heard Lucy call for the ball, so I was like, "Oh, trust Lucy, like give it to her." And then Elle got it on the edge, and I have rinsed you a bit because it is Hope Rogers on the edge. And I did say when we rewatched it, I did say to Elle, "Did you not fancy taking her on?"
She's deceivingly fast. Not as fast as you, obviously. But
She is deceivingly fast. I also thought she might have the angle on me.
Yeah.
Someone might end up drifting over. It is also a little bit more entertaining to do, like
Yeah.
a little left way grubber
Yeah.
curling back to myself.
Lift it with your knee.
Jess,
Yeah.
you got her to pass you. Why are you asking questions?
Yeah,
Let her
sorry.
know.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, why are we trying
Yeah,
to
sorry.
detract
Don't you
from
want
this
this?
try?
Yeah, did you want the nomination?
Yeah,
or
sorry.
what?
Yeah, God, yeah, sorry.
Don't make her regret it.
And then the touch off the knee was good. It was good. And then I was just there on the inside, but I did start it to then finish it. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Full
it's-
circle.
You had to be there as well. 'cause
You
You
had
had to be there. Because I didn't have the angle to score anyway, but it was nice just to see you and just float
Yeah.
past for you to go and score and finish it off.
Dive could have been a bit better.
Could have.
It could
You
have.
do need to work on that.
No,
It was like a half dive.
it was a half dive.
and then a little tumble.
Because should I tell you what? When it's not wet, I
Yeah.
hate it,
No, I agree.
and I hate it. But then if it's not wet and someone's chasing you, kind of have to dive. So it's just that like awkward, like ow.
Yeah, it does.
Did anyone see Noah's try on the first, obviously, weekend of the Prem starting? They were playing Red Bull Newcastle or Newcastle Red Bull, however you say that. And it was unbelievable.
It came from nowhere.
It came from nowhere. Luck of the bounce. And honestly, he had like bionic arms. Like the bounce just came up and he caught it with one hand. But then his swan dive.
Swan dive, he was like halfway up in the air. It was good.
Crazy. Maybe that's what I need to practice.
Yeah. No,
The
but I
jump?
have thought
Yeah.
about that.
Just go 0 to 100.
You
Why
just-
not?
No, why not?
You'd end up winding yourself and then be on the floor, not
Yeah,
being
it's
able to
horrible.
celebrate.
Yeah.
Horrible feeling.
Yeah.
And you can't breathe in. It's
You know
the most
who was
icky
good?
thing ever.
You know who was good at? She scored, I think, the most tries. Braxton.
Yeah.
Versus
Very good
McGee.
dive.
She would dive
wouldn't
and
know
like
that.
They
put
practice.
her arms
Yeah.
out like Superman, and the ball would like roll backwards,
I-
and she'd go
That's
on. And I
touch-
was like,
that's
this
touch
kid
rugby.
Yeah, I was
knew
saying
she
this
was going to
a few
score
months
tries.
ago.
That's
I
touch.
want to be able to dive like that.
No, it's touch.
Every time she did it, she was like,
It's touch.
It's touch. It's
No, I
touch
know it
rugby because they
Yeah.
don't want to get touched. They have to like practice diving.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. I see it all the
Well,
time.
whatever it is, take inspo, Jess.
Yeah,
get your practice in, honey.
maybe I'll
We
DM.
can practice.
We can practice. Yeah, when we don't play on the same team.
Yeah.
we can
Spiral
practice.
bombs and
Yeah,
In
Diving.
dives. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's hard diving on the 4G.
Yeah, no.
Ugh.
I wanna do that.
Yeah.
Petition to make every club have a grass field. Anybody?
No.
Anybody?
No.
You guys are fast little backs, so
Just
you
a-
like
just a
your
better-
you
Just
like
a better
your 4G, but
quality.
I'm a forward and it hurts.
better quality.
It hurts.
You train on the Theatre of Dreams, love. So
And a what, sorry?
You were
The
last
Theatre of
night,
Dreams.
yeah.
We're humble.
Are we?
Really?
Are we?
Speaking for the most humble person ever.
So now it's time to pick our Emirates High Flyer of the week. That's the player who we think shone and stood out, basically who was flying at the weekend.
We're going to start with player of the match. Sadiq Abaya was everywhere in defence and has been classed pretty much all tournament. I think everyone can agree with that. She has literally been a standout week in, week out.
She has, and I remember like one of my first years in the Prem, one of my friends, Lizzie Golden, we were playing at Wasps, and she's like, you need to watch out for this girl. Yeah. She's coming to Lightning, first of all, to probably take your spot. And she didn't say that nicely. She was like, watch out for this girl. But secondly, she's like, she is going to be amazing. And this was back when Sadia was like a little skinny, small Sadia, and now she's packed on the muscle. She's still so young. I feel like people forget how young she is, but wow, has she like created a name for herself in this game and been a mainstay on the team. But yeah, she always shows up in big games, doesn't she? What's it like to
for sure.
have that kind of back row on your side?
In the last World Cup, she was on the bench, and I remember we were a part of a little not exclusive group. And
what is this group?
It was called Rum and Raisin anyway. It's really, my mum will love that. It's got a shout out anyway. I remember they changed the bench so that they could put Sadia on the bench.
Yeah.
So they went for a 6-2. And like we were all gassed for her because like she deserved to be playing in the last World Cup as much as obviously in this one. And I just think that like it's amazing that she has got the recognition for actually how class she is. And she is someone that she's a bit like a Moena Talling. I think both of them have got a lot of recognition this World Cup for doing a lot of work that isn't so much seen. So it's not like, you know, scoring those like tries or like doing really big turnovers like Hannah and Meg. Like, do you know what I mean? They just do the work that they need to do for their job, but also that puts us as a team in a better place. And like same as Moz, like Moz didn't play in the last one, and like it's so amazing that she's been involved in every game in this one. And I just think when those people get recognition, it like melts my heart, because I just think people have actually seen it. People have watched the game as a rugby fan or rugby eye, not just as like a fan of whatever. Do you get what I mean?
It's just highlighting those positions that you're right, outsiders might not understand, contribute massively to the game.
Yeah.
It's those like talentless actions of just being a dog at the breakdown and like Sadia throwing her head in the spokes like at anything that
I don't
moves.
know how she does it.
She loves a chop tackle.
Don't know how she does it,
She's like, that's a pair of boots? My head's gonna go between them. Like she's so fearless. I think that's like such a quality of a back row player, and for those learning it or growing up in and around that sport, like if you have a kid that's willing to jump into oncoming traffic, save them and put them in rugby because they should be a back row. So no, it's been exciting, and I like that you talked about Moz as well. Like she had some injuries previously, and she's a young one too that is just making such a name for herself, and what a unit she is. She's so fun to watch.
We had a cute little moment actually. We were the core foundation of Rum and Raisin in the last World Cup. But when I got my 50th and like had been playing, she was like, when I got my shirt, and she wanted a photo like at Brighton, and she was like, I'm just so proud of you. And I just thought, oh.
She said that's you?
Yeah. But like, I was like, I'm so proud of you too. Like, I don't know, like the journey that we've both been on is different. Like, you know, very different people, but actually like this sport brings us together. And like, we're meant to be talking about Sadia, but Moz has been like incredible this tournament, and incredible, I think, for England for a very, very long time. And I think she's actually undroppable, like completely. Like she'd be one of the first names I'd put on my team sheet. As well as yourself, Elle, you are nominated for Emirates High Flyer.
Even the brief.
Do you want to talk about why you should be here, or do you want us to go to it?
I know.
The reason I'm on this list.
Go on, say.
It's all because of the spiral bomb.
The world-class try, the spiral bomb. Literally a momentum changer. I did hype you up big time for the semi-final as well. Like, if you hadn't have been on the pitch, what would have happened? How much more would the rest of the squad had to do to make sure they got to a final? And I think like the hype that you get is rightly deserved when you just make moments out of nothing. And that's why you have Ellie Kildunne on the pitch. It's like, yes, she'll tick off every box that she needs to do, but it's things that at the minute no one else is doing on the pitch to create those moments. So
thanks.
there you go.
Let's move on now.
Okay, next. Say more nice things.
I was just looking in your eyes.
Yeah. We had more eye contact than we ever have in our whole life then. Ellie paid me a lot of attention then. Now I know how to fill her cup.
Wow, you say really nice things about me.
Yeah, she likes really nice things and eye contact and a bit of physical touch, and then you're good to go with Elle, really.
And a cup of tea.
Yeah.
I'll make that after.
We have one more English nomination, which is Alex Matthews. 2 tries. and lots of carries. And again, is in that bracket of Sadia and Moz. Just not goes unnoticed, but just does the work that like we need for them to do. Like it sounds
They're so strong.
So strong, so strong. Like we do a lot of like contact work, obviously, and we don't at the beginning split into backs and forwards. And I just think, I hope I'm not standing next to one of the really good.
I love that when you're doing mixed drills and all the backs are like, like, come over here,
Yeah.
come to the back row.
Like, you count and you're like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Let's have it.
Yeah.
But like again, like you say, this is her 4th World Cup, I think.
Yeah.
And she started or played, in every World Cup final that she's like. That is
Oh my God.
incredible.
What
Yeah.
a stat. Incredible.
She was actually a big part of why I actually started rugby, because she came to my
Really?
school with Fran when I was in year 8. That's a long time ago. We don't need to talk about that, but she was just so nice. Her and Fran were so nice, and then they were like, "Come down to London Irish." So she pretty much was the reason I started.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't share the same kind of success, but that's all right. That's okay. She's
on your own
been a great
journeys.
role model.
Yeah. That's what they're meant to be, role models.
And I'm pumped that we get to throw one Canadian in the loop. I think there can be many in this list, but Asia Hogan Rochester, I think I've said it a few times across this podcast, what a tournament she had. She obviously had that huge opening try that really, put a lot of energy into the Canadian side. She probed the defense super well. I think she's super hard to defend. I haven't played against her in a while. I think we faced off in our university days, but yeah, wow. She's an elusive player, such good footwork, such a great tournament. And like I said, she's more of a sevens gal. So it's been really exciting, this mentality the Canadian team has had with this kind of one squad ethos we've started, where we're trying to make kind of a more permeable pathway between 7s and 15s. Like some of us naturally just won't go to 7s and it might be more 7s to us, but wow, have both sides really benefited. And yeah, she gained the most meters, or second most meters behind Braxton and Ellie, I believe. So exciting. Third most, sorry. So I'm like trying to work her up the list.
Yeah.
But such a great tournament from her. And we've talked about the personalities that this World Cup has been able to highlight. Like she's the one going out there with glitter and like a tooth gem and like crazy hairstyles. And it's just exciting to get to know these personalities outside of the game. Her dad even, I don't know if you guys have seen this.
Yes,
I
yeah.
shared it on my
Clip.
story. Oh, it was the cutest thing. I think Rugby World Cup shared it. They basically like clocked her dad in the stands. I think I met him maybe 3 games ago. And it looked like they were just like do a selfie video and just like pop off, sir. Because he's like, I am over the moon. Like I'm having a great time. He's like on the sideline of the game. He has the glitter. He, I think, is like a bit new to rugby as well. But it's just like the cutest thing to see your dad travel overseas and watch you do your thing. So yeah, can't say enough like great things about her and her dad. I'm his fan now too, but such good.
I have to admit, I think, and this is me saying it, so I'm not putting myself in there, but whatever. But I do think the back threes throughout the whole tournament and every nation have really shone. And I'm
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm not saying that like no other unit has shone. Like, front rows have been amazing, like dominated
We also
scrums.
come against the other back threes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's who we would, you look at a team and it's not like we wouldn't notice your Sardias and Alexes.
Yeah.
But you'd probably notice them
More.
and then notice the back.
Yeah.
So I completely agree.
But I think
with
they've been on fire. Like some of the tries that have been scored throughout, like, back three players, I think have been amazing. And I actually think that it is testament to where the game has got to, that we want to throw the ball around. Like, we don't want to follow that like men's style where it's like kick for corner, maul penalties, scrum penalties. That is kind of finals rugby. Like you do need that, and that did happen in the final. But I think throughout the tournament, you saw people throwing the ball around, offloads, jouet. Like I know you've spoken about it on like a couple of episodes, and
Our favourites.
I think and I think like that has happened this World Cup, and I think potentially as well that maybe that's why like loads of people have got behind it, because it is entertaining, and like people pumping up when they get a turnover, like it is entertainment. And I'm not putting back three as a whole into the equation. I'm just saying that
No, I agree with
I think Asia is part of that like unit that I think has really inspired and grown throughout the whole grown whole World
There
Cup.
was some like, interesting
anyway.
chat. I've actually, this might get cut, but I'm interested to hear like on I think it was Love of Rugby, like Shauna talking about back three, like you're supposed to score tries, that's your job. And then I think
Yeah.
Ruby came back and maybe defended you guys, but yeah, did you hear that clip?
No,
Yeah,
I
did
heard
you have
it.
any thoughts?
It is agree. I do agree. Sorry, that is our job. I've said it quite a lot of times when I've been like interviewed and, you know, even going back to the France game and getting player of the match, didn't do anything special. I just did my job. And that's why I was also like, this medal could have gone to anyone in the team because everyone did their job very, very well.
But when they get scrum penalties, that's their job. Not to out
No,
them,
it's
but
true.
like, I don't think it's hard because like you, as an individual, want to do your job as the best that you can to help the team. So I think that's what you always have to come back to, is that like, it's for
You've just
the
done
team.
it really well.
I've just done it really well, but actually it's benefited the team. So like, you know, I love it when the forwards get a scrum pen. Like, I actually do love it.
I don't
like,
really know how
Cheering
they've
for
got
that
it. I'm
is
like,
so fun.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. And like,
You get the ball.
and they get so excited, but that's as excited as like, you know, if we've made a line break or like we have finished off a try opportunity, but like, yes, that's our job, but also that is your job to get scrum penalties. And I get that like how hard it is might be different, but that's also like an
I don't think anything's like,
opinion.
you know, everyone's gonna have an opinion. Forwards gonna have an opinion on back.
Yeah.
Back's gonna, and it's always chatting rugby in it
Yeah.
because I have no idea. I have no idea how a line-out works. Just get up and just catch it.
I would
in my
love to give you
opinion.
like a
It's
Word
actually
document and be like,
artistry at its
type
finest.
everything
Yeah.
you think you know
Outrageous.
about a
Get up
lineup.
and catch it. I actually said in the walkthrough before we went to the stadium, like the forwards are doing line-outs, and I was like,
They
why
were,
do you?
they
why
were
do you
taking the piss. They were taking forever.
Yeah, they were. But I was like, why do you not just chuck one person in the air and just
If only.
just catch it?
Back in the day,
Catch it.
my dad always likes to tell me old rugby stories from back in the day. Like, they didn't even lift anybody. People would literally just do like a basketball jump ball and somebody's like QB in it into the lineout. Like, you should watch old school videos of lineouts. They did have your mentality of simple is better.
Okay, I'm gonna circle us back because I feel like we have sidetracked.
Thank you.
We have.
Nice.
Back to Emirates.
To Emirates
Oh,
and the
yes.
High Flyer of the week, because that's, you know, the segment that we were talking about. But it's fine. We've added some nominations and some
Yeah, we have.
other chat in, which is fine. But I think on 3 we should all say who we think as individuals.
I'm not gonna say myself to see.
I hope you say EK.
Yeah. Okay.
Me!
Not on 3. I'm going to count down from 3. I don't like counting up.
Okay.
That's weird. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Alex
Sadia.
Matthews.
What'd you say?
Sadia.
Oh, we're split.
What did you
Okay,
We both said Alex.
Oh, such a shame we can't come to an agreement. But, however, they can be the High Flyers of the week. So they're going to share it.
So, guys, what has been your favourite moment of the whole tournament?
I'm actually going to say that the Canada Black Ferns game, I was there, and just the whole atmosphere, and I guess what we were watching on pitch was pretty special for that moment. It was like, okay, this is a moment that England could really be challenged with. You know, if you do get to a final, it's like we're actually going to see a really, really good game in a World Cup final. You know, if everything else goes ahead. But that was a very, very cool thing to be at. So that's going to be my highlight.
Mine's the same game, but mine's like a micro moment when one of my best friends and one of your good friends, Julia Schell, came into the stands and gave me a hug, and I just like started bawling my eyes out. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. Like,
Yeah.
I think I'm an emotional-ish person, but I think in that moment that the gravity of what they had just done hit me. Like, the previous Pac 4, they had tied the one before they beat New Zealand, and it's still something that's like fresh for us, like being like a top contender in that game. And I think just to see how the girls came out, couple hugs from another few girls, but just to have them all in the stands and like wrap them in our flag and see that, you know, we're like emerging from that like shadow or dark horse label or whatever you want to call us. Like, I just think that was such a pivotal moment, and I was just so proud of each and every one of them. And yeah, it was just so nice to be able to embrace them and be right there for that moment.
Oh, yeah. I think that was a very special day. Not that I wasn't there, but we watched it on the telly and it looked unbelievable.
Vibes were vibing. Felt you singing the anthem.
Also, your 50th cap. I did cry.
Yep.
When you,
did.
I was that
was
was
cool
for
to see you run
yeah.
out of home.
Yeah,
And your hair looked so good. I was just like, she's just vibing
It was
this whole
well
day.
orcs though.
Well,
I know
what?
you were out there for a little while,
I know, when
weren't
I was
you?
standing
Yeah.
there.
Oh
It was
yeah,
well
you were saying
orcs,
that.
but-
You're like, hello,
Yeah, I was
what
like,
do I
come
do?
on now, someone join me.
Yeah.
But before we go, we just want to say a massive, massive thank you to the 1,000 of comments that we've got and messages that we've been sent over for the whole World Cup. We love you all and we have read them. You know, we've felt the love away from the podcast. Like, you guys have also done a fantastic job.
Thank you for trusting us.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
it has been amazing, and I'm so glad that the listeners have had a podcast like our podcast to be listened to every week, and I think it's been really special for them as well to have a different insight and different voices to mine and Ellie, because we do get some comments sometimes saying that Ellie does blabber on a bit too much, so that is nice.
We've been blabbering too.
Savage.
We've definitely blabbered.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. We wouldn't have been able to have a podcast in this time if it wasn't, you guys taking the reins, and you've done really, really well. And now you are honorary cowboys. You might have to get a tattoo.
No, you do have to get a tattoo.
Can you do
No,
a little,
Ellie, do you
little
have a
cowboy hat?
cowboy tattoo?
Yeah, I got the time 9:50. Yeah,
Oh.
10 to 10. Cowboy time. So you will be
Ellie
getting
can do it
tattoos.
for you
Oh, yeah, on the pod.
on the
I'm not
pod.
doing it.
Oh,
John
on the
Mitchell.
pod. We need
On
to
the
think
pod.
of a little hat or
Um,
something.
Yeah, so thank you very much, guys.
Cheers. It was so
Thanks,
fun.
Sophie.
I have already said it, but it has been amazing, guys, to have you on. And hopefully you would love to come back whenever you want, and whenever is needed. It's been really, really good. And you never know, you might have your own.
Yeah.
'Cause you've
Let's
been that
go.
good. Yeah.
Get that in the works.
I'll text you
But-
later, Rob.
But until next week,
Yeehaw.